All right, we are live. I'll post this link in a couple places. Let me refresh this. You ever check out any of Sam Ovens stuff?
Dude, I was checking into Sam Ovens years ago, and then like I was this close to pulling the trigger and spending a grip of money on some stuff. That was my kind of when I was first starting to dabble into some like third-party coaching stuff, and paying for it myself. But just kind of came across some stuff. I don't think he's a bad dude. Just kind of came across some stuff that was like, you know what? I don't think we're like aligned, frankly. So, dude, if you'll shoot me the link, I'll go post it in my group real quick too.
Yeah, I'll text that over to you, or I'll put it in the Facebook Messenger. There that is.
Get a few folks on. Mason Van Meter.
Yeah, sub to the channel. Subs really don't mean anything on here though. It's all watch time. It's pretty much any video now though.
Get this posted up here. Paste. Post. All right. Yeah, man. What are you digging in on Sam Ovens?
I've been checking out a lot of his stuff, just some of his masterminds with this school community he's doing. So I'm looking at either joining his school platform or making my own app.
Yeah, it's been years since I looked at his stuff. Like his stuff looked really good back in the day.
He helped a lot of like bigger people like Alex Becker. He's working with that Brian Mancata dude for YouTube ads. Have you seen Justin Thomas's stuff? His insurance advertising masters, like his dual funnel system?
No.
So he worked with Brian Mancata on those YouTube ads, and I know he did pretty well from what Brian told me. But Sam's just in that big group, and it's like who a lot of Hormozy got a lot of his stuff from. Jason Fladland, John Benson, like the VSL and webinar gurus. Jason Fladland sold $250 million in webinars, and then John Benson sold like $1 billion on video sales letters.
Yeah.
So
I might look into him again. Last time I looked into him, like I wasn't doing any coaching, any mentoring, no mastermind network. I was literally 100% insurance. And at the time I was like captive multi-line. So I had like home, auto, one life product. Like I had a term life and an IUL life product, one annuity. And it's just like every time we tried to do any kind of paid ads or anything, our return on that investment was so low. Like we just couldn't get enough traffic. I was in a small town. They wouldn't let us license outside of that at first. So you couldn't get enough traffic to where the low conversion rate actually brought in enough revenue. And you're always going to have low conversion rate, right? You're going to be 0.25% to maybe 1%, 3% if you're amazing, but 0.25% of 250 million people, or I'm sorry, 250,000 people to just maybe be interested and click through. That doesn't convert to enough appointments to even, make $1. So
no, I shut down my one-on-one coaching just because like I'm at capacity. I can't work one-on-one with anybody else. I've got way too many people in there now, and it's like I'm over leveraged as shit on that. So we got Chris Wilczynski. Good morning, my friend.
Oh, Chris.
But yeah, so I'm moving all of my ads over from Facebook to YouTube just because that's where my audience is. Yeah. And you can target your YouTube viewers. You can target all of that. So I'm about to get up all in their face every day.
We got to start doing some stuff on YouTube. Like we've got a YouTube channel we're getting ready to put together, podcast, a whole bunch of stuff my team's working on. It's been kicking Jenna's butt this last week with this we've got some software we're implementing that just helps us get across all our platforms all at once, more scheduling without de-ranking ourselves for time spent on app, creating content in the algorithms. So a lot of folks don't know EdgeRank will de-rank you for that unless you go through some of their approved, like they have approved vendors on these softwares you use to schedule your posts and stuff.
Yeah, they don't like go high level, that's for sure.
What's that?
They don't like go high level.
They don't like go high level. But there's a few that like they get approved, and it's because these companies are paying huge fees to them for that, to where EdgeRank won't derank your post because you scheduled a post through a third-party app, or maybe you wanted to post to 5 platforms at once, but because it wasn't created on their app,
On platform, yep.
on platform, EdgeRank, which is part of the overall algorithm that assigns who's going to see you in the newsfeed, just for everyone watching, right? Like it deranks you for not creating it on that actual platform, unless it's through some of those preferred vendors that are paying millions of dollars to these platforms to for that, right? So
No, well, dude, let's dive right into this. So it's been a while since we talked. I think you came on here in December, but what's been going on with you? Let's talk about this Revcon event. And just so anybody watching, I'm going to be giving out $20K worth of courses just for you guys showing up in here, listening to Carson, because there's 2 goals with this live video, guys. We want to educate you and help you out, get to where you want to go in selling life insurance. And 2, if we fulfill number 1, we want you to get a ticket to his Revcon event. I'm not getting paid to endorse any of this stuff. I just know if I was selling life insurance, I would have got me and my whole team tickets.
yeah.
So if you feel like we accomplished number 1, please get a ticket. And anybody who does get a ticket, I'm going to be giving you my number 1 like paid program at no cost to you as my thank you to my friendship for Carson. So get a ticket, guys. How much are the tickets, Carson? Let's just be upfront about it.
$2,500 for a lifetime ticket. You buy it once and you get to come every year for the rest of forever. No additional expense.
You're not stupid if you don't do it, but I'm just going to leave that right there. And I think you're offering PayPal financing as well, guys. The link to his event is in the description. If you need to use PayPal or payments, reach out to Carson if you need anything like that. But let's kind of dive into some things about what the Revcon event is designed to do, because everyone that I've talked to that's went to it has increased their production fucking massively. I don't see anybody else's events helping anybody else out like this. So
it's pretty badass, and it's one of the reasons why we feel confident in attaching 100% money back guarantee. I've never seen another event with a money back guarantee.
Money back guarantee.
100%, dude. So yeah, what we basically say is like, we do pre-event training. Show me another event that does pre-event training, by the way. So we literally train you on how to come to the event ready to rock and roll. Then you get to the event, we do freaking work. We'll get into that. And getting into it, I'm not just here to pitch y'all on Revcon. I'm going to tell you exactly what we do. And if you can grab it and go do it for yourself, you and your agency are going to be so much better for it. I guarantee it. Like, what we teach you is what took me from a low 6-figure producer to a multiple 7-figure producer over the course of a very, very few short years. But you don't even have to take that long. We're going to compress it down even more. So it goes and flows. But yeah, what we tell them is like, you come to the pre-event training, you come ready to go, you implement the work, you get the education while you're there, and then you follow up. Like, it does nothing for you if you do all this and then the phone's ringing and you won't pick the damn thing up. So if you can show me you did all that, and the 3 following months after the event, you don't make 3 times what you spent on the event, so minimum $7,500 extra dollars on top of what you're already making, I'll give you 100% of your money back. Never had anybody even come close to being able to do that. They've either said, man, I didn't realize how much work it is and I'm a wuss and I didn't do the work, or that's been about 20% of people. I'll just be upfront and honest. 80% of them have gone from, like, we've got one gentleman, y'all see him a lot. He's like a raving fan, Peter Wood. This time last year, February, March last year, Peter Wood got noticed that his head was on the chopping block, termination with his carrier for non-performance. He's doing like $3,000 a year in life insurance and whatever. Jumped in, started learning some things and started doing a little better. But then he came to Revcon, and between Revcon and the end of the year, he put himself, I think it was like top 5, top 10 for the whole company nationwide for the year in life and annuity. He's already $1 million round table producer for this year. And he'll have the company trip earned for the year before the end, before even Revcon. So I think they're doing Scotland or something. I don't know.
That doesn't sound bad at all. I'd actually want to check out Scotland. Have you ever seen those videos of people walking? They're like wolves and sheep up the mountains of Switzerland. That place looks so fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do Scotland. I thought it'd be a super cool one. I'm kind of a nerd like that. I like the, it's kind of the medieval times and all the cool things there. So
go check out all that stuff. I booked a trip over to Greece. I'm gonna probably go check out Athens and stuff like that. I want to go see all the ancient architecture, do all my little brain devices over there, connect with the god.
Dude, do you know what's crazy is when you start like actually overlapping timelines, right? Because we start looking at it, like you get over there in Greece and it's like, okay, well, this existed, but at the same time this existed somewhere else. Or like you look at, for example, like the pyramids. While the pyramids were being built, according to, I mean, we won't get into conspiracy theories that they were always here and they're actually just the tip of a 10,000 foot tall monolith that's buried underneath the sand underneath. We won't get into that.
Holy shit.
Right. but no, according to like standard history, the same time pyramids were being built was the same time that like woolly mammoths walked the freaking earth. Right. Is that like, it's just crazy. These like weird
that
little.
is crazy. Have you seen where they're genetically like bringing those back into existence this year and putting them back over in Antarctica?
Dude,
that is nuts.
It's nuts. Like there's so many crazy things. So I'm excited for you. That'd be a cool trip, man.
Does anyone in here watching, have any of you guys been to the Revcon event? I'd love to hear your takeaways or feedback in the comments if you guys can manage that.
Yeah.
So let's get into the tacticals of what the event's going to help them do. Like, what's it going to help them focus on? What exactly is it going to do for them?
So Revcon, it's a very specific event. We call it an intensive mastermind because if we say workshop, people pussy out. They don't like that word, but that's what it is. And we literally tell folks like, come comfortable. You could wear basketball shorts if you want. I don't care. Most folks show up in like jeans and a t-shirt or something like that, but it's not a, rent your best 3-piece suit and come and pretend to be something you're not. It's come and be ready to work. By the end of each day, your brain is freaking fried, but then we go and have a whole ton of fun afterwards. All sorts of fun stuff to blow some steam, but it's cool. So it's built off of, we have in our mastermind, we have these different levels, right? And 2 of those levels are called Rush and Rise. Rush is all about, okay, you figured out how to get in front of people, but we need to make more money. And we don't want to chase more prospects to do that. It's not all about more marketing. Okay. At some point, we're doing enough marketing. We need to do a few things. So we have 3 key pillars there. The first key pillar is we start to develop quality conversations. So we do some sales training. We do a lot of dialogue training. For example, if you call somebody up and you're like, hey, what are you doing for mortgage protection insurance? They're like, screw you. Nobody ever woke up ragingly aroused to talk to somebody today about mortgage protection insurance, right? It just never happened. But if you call that same person up and you're like, hey, I saw you just bought a home. I wanted to congratulate you on your purchase of a slice of the American dream, right? How do you feel about it? Are you getting settled in? Start having a conversation. And then you start talking to them. You're like, hey, by the way, based on the value of your home, I'm guessing you're probably paying like $2,000 to $3,000 a month on your mortgage between mortgage, taxes, insurance, etc. Would I be wrong in assuming that? And they're going to say, no, you're right. You're right. And then I get to turn around and say, did you realize if you choked on a cigarette butt tomorrow or stepped off a curb wrong, got hit by a Wiener Schnitzel truck or whatever, like it's gone. It's gone. It doesn't matter. You could have paid $500,000 for this thing. You've paid off 100,000 of it. And if you quit making that payment, your family doesn't get the ability to stay in that slice of the American dream you're working your butt off for. That sucks, right? Did you also realize that for $30 to $50 a month, I can guarantee if that Wiener Schnitzel truck clips you and you don't die, but you get spun around, hit your head on the concrete, don't die, but then you're in the hospital, catch some weird venereal disease, and that's what gets you. Your family, they get to stay in that slice of the American dream, 100% guarantee. You're paying $3,000 a month for the right to live in it. Don't you feel like you work hard enough? You owe yourself $50 a month for a guarantee to stay in it? Dude, that's a quality conversation on mortgage protection. It converts so freaking hard. Like if they're your own client for, say, homeowners insurance, your conversion rate on that conversation, we've done this thousands of times at this point. In fact, tens of thousands of times at this point across hundreds of agents we're mentoring. It converts consistently at 32 to 33% if it's your own client. If it's someone else's client, but you built a relationship, so it's like another property casualty agent that's like, oh, here, talk to my buddy Mason, right? Still converts at 27 to 28%. If you could guarantee that 1 out of every 5 conversations you were going to sell a $1,000 policy on, and
I'd have 10 conversations a day.
Dude, exactly. So that's one small example, but then we extrapolate that up into things like guaranteed universal life, index universal life, whole life insurance, annuities, other financial services. So that's the first pillar, quality conversations. We have to start speaking to the problem because the product does not make you special. Like everyone thinks that insurance policies are their product, and they're not. Insurance policies are an insurance company's product. You do not control price. You don't control underwriting, placement. You don't even control if they get non-renewed sometimes, right? It's not your product. Your product has to be your empathy. And by empathy, I mean give a damn. You have to give a damn enough to develop a quality conversation that's going to engage them so they have an opportunity to get out of their own way, because we are socially programmed right now to ignore a conversation the second you say insurance. So stop it. Have a conversation about problems they have, and I have a solution. Oh, by the way, my solution is implemented through a certain type of life insurance policy designed to do exactly this, right? It's like the little tagline at the end. So that's the first pillar. Second pillar is we need to increase your capacity to grow by expanding your footprint, expanding your ability to provide quality service and quality sales, and to remove every opportunity to mess up. A nicer way to say that is to optimize every opportunity for a successful outcome. Say that 10 times fast. So we do that through, right? We do that through automation. And automation isn't just like, you say automation, people are like, oh, I'm not a computer person. No, but you might be an idiot if you think automation only comes through computers. One form of automation might be as simple as creating an SOP, standard operating procedure, for a CSR, right? Hey, when the phone rings and it's a client calling in to check on a policy, this is the exact steps you're going to go through. These are the words you're going to say. And while you're looking at X, you're going to check and see if we've got them on Y yet. And after you solve X, you're just going to ask them, hey, by the way, I see we have your life insurance, but we're not doing anything to help you with your retirement. What are you doing for retirement? Like little simple thing. That's an automation. It could be on a PDF that's taped to the side of her computer screen or his computer screen. It's 2023. Anyone can do that job, right? But the thing you're automating is the system, the process, and the thought flow. If you just do this every single time, CSR, we're going to have a certain amount of increased opportunity, and you don't even have to think about it. Don't even think. Show up and read words off a damn page. That's what I want you to do. You're automating. So we can implement stuff, but at Revcon, we take that to another level. But that's that second pillar. And the third pillar of Rush is product design and strategy. So we do a lot of product training, a lot of IUL, annuity, that type of stuff. And then the strategies that sell that stuff really, really well. Everything from everybody loves infinite banking. I don't love infinite banking. I have a
buzzword.
I have a spin off of infinite banking I call wealth leverage creation. And if you've ever watched one of those trainings, that thing closes like a freight train where infinite banking leaves holes, because infinite banking is built on consumerism. I'm just going to tell you that now. It's not built on wealth creation. Correct. I'm happy to argue with anyone about that. But we do a lot of product and strategy. So that's Rush. Rise, I don't want to go too long, but in Rise, the whole concept of Rise is, okay, now that you've implemented these 3 pillars and you've taken your production from 50 to 100,000 a year to 2, 3, 400,000 per year, now it's time to go a step above and beyond that. Even if you're comfortable with the money you're making, that's not what it's about. You are going to burn out. You can only do that or maintain that for so long. It's going to be 5 years, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, but eventually you're going to walk the hell away from an agency and sell it for pennies on the dollars, if you sell it at all, simply because you're burned out. Okay. So we got to stop from burning out. And how do we do that? It's through scale. So with scale, we need to implement two things. Number one, we got to scale. We got to add people to our agency. We need to develop a solid foundation that's going to help not only recruit, but build a culture of profitability and ethics. We don't want an agency that's constantly riddled with, you guys are doing it wrong. You guys are pieces of crap. We want a good agency, but we also want an agency where everybody's earning 6+ figures. I've worked in agencies, and I've even ran an agency where I had people making 20,000, 30,000. And
it's cancer, because they'll drag down the whole organization, and that's a business nobody wants to buy.
Exactly. So like the talk at the water cooler in that type of agency, it's awful. But I've also run, and I run now businesses where everybody's making 6+ figures. And the talk at the water cooler has gone from, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent this month, or can you spot me $5 to get groceries?
Have you tried this cheesecake, Carson? Dude, I can't believe I could buy this $100 cheesecake.
Yeah, the cheesecake, or man, I just bought a new house. I just bought a second property. I just got a brand new Ford Lightning. I just got a
Did you know that you can pay strippers to come to your house?
Right, dude, it's different. It's not just buying things. It's, man, I maxed out my Roth IRA this year. I don't know what else to do. Well, let's do the next thing, right? When you get to start doing wealth management for the people in your own business, that's freaking cool, because they're making too much money and they need help. That's cool, right?
It is, and I wish people would understand the amount of leverage that you can create knowing the strategies and tactics that you do, because they don't want to be career agents. I have not met a life insurance agent that says, I want to sell insurance for the next 20 years. Yeah. Because you will run into burnout. So it's understanding these advanced strategies. Guys, the whole goal of entrepreneurship is to build. Here's my button. You build this fucking leverage button that when you put in X input, it gets 100 output, and you smash that button as many fucking times as you can until it runs out of leverage, like the wooden lever breaks. So you have to chase the highest paying opportunity, like the highest leverage opportunity, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's only working mortgage protection leads. So cut out all the bullshit, because I just made a 20-minute YouTube video on this. I think it's possibly the best one I've ever done. And it's you have to cut out all the shit. I see too many people. Guys, you only have 100 energy points. And when you're running Facebook ads, Google ads, a Facebook group, mortgage protection, a referral source, your referral partner from a realtor, you're doing mortgage protection leads, final expense leads, you can only go 5 to 10 points deep on any of these. And when you don't go deep, all you deliver is shit.
Yeah.
People don't buy quantity. They digest quality. That's what they want to buy. So you're over here trying to run your Facebook group, and I'm not saying Facebook groups are good or bad. I've made a lot of insurance sales from them. But if you're only putting 10% of your energy into a Facebook group when it's giving you the best results, why not only make that the only button you press? If it has the capability of getting you to 6 figures a year, why the fuck do you need to press any other buttons?
Yeah, you don't. What you need to do is perfect that button, right?
That's it. That's the only thing you need to worry about. And then put time into your product.
And then, like I say, you build in that layer of infrastructure in your business, and you start bringing people in and teach them to do exactly the same thing you just did. That's how you make more on top of it. You don't go chase other shit. You keep pressing the same button. Then you teach other people how to build their own button and press that damn button, right? That's how you do this. It's better to have an agency with 3 people in it making $100,000 a piece. You'll go farther and you'll have more fulfillment. 3 people, $100,000 a year each, than 10 people making $30,000 a year. Same money.
And it's less to manage. That's what they don't fucking realize is they're coming in day one. I see so many agents putting out recruiting ads. They're like, I just got licensed and I'm looking for people to help me help families. We have so many families to help. I just can't manage it. But quit fucking lying, for one. You're not that busy because you don't know shit.
Yeah, dude, they don't know. I'm not going to talk.
And crap. They don't. There's some that do know. I cannot stand the ideas that are being installed into them.
Dude, that's exactly it, man. It's it's being pushed at an organizational level, and I take
Dude,
issue with those
check this
organizations.
comment out. Insurance agent from the UK. Thanks for the real talk. What's funny is I've been getting calls from Australians.
There you go, man.
Like, I don't know how my shit's getting over there, but I'm about to start like targeting the hell out of it.
World Wide Web, okay?
I know, but it's like, this is cool, man. Cavell, thank you so much for being here.
Dude, that's super cool. But yeah, Rise, the second thing we do in Rise is we dive into advanced strategies, premium finance, life insurance, non-qualified deferred compensation, split dollar planning. And
this was cool for me because didn't you work with Ryan Stewman on his own policy?
We've done some stuff. So
okay, but like the possibilities, guys like who I network with are people like big coaches and consultants making 15, 20 million plus a year. I can sell one policy that nets me $1 million compared to selling 1,000 policies that do the same. That's leverage.
Yeah.
So talk about the premium financing and stuff like that, because if people just understood and become experts at stuff like this, that the income possibilities, Jesus.
So premium finance is super cool. When we do a premium finance policy, usually I'm selling policies that are 3, 4, 500,000 per year on like a 10 pay structure for cash value life insurance. And the client's only having to service 10, 20, maybe 30% of that on average. It'll start lower than that, kind of crescendo and decrescendo off the back end. But what's cool about it is this. On TikTok, you're hearing some shit. The shit you're hearing is what the wealthy don't want you to know. That is such crap. First of all, every wealthy person I know cannot wait. Like, it's not all George Soros out there trying to rule the world, okay? Most of them want to see the world be a better place. They came from nothing. And it breaks their freaking heart that people are still in that struggle, and they are so willing to share. I'm telling you, wealthy people are some of the most giving people I know, and not just for the tax credit, okay? But with that in mind, I will tell you this. I've learned this. Wealthy people do not build wealth through life insurance. They don't. Life insurance is a key to a wealthy portfolio. It's a lever, but they don't build wealth through life insurance.
No.
They build wealth through real estate, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, businesses, and other things. So life insurance is a part of a portfolio. Usually it's a viable bond alternative over a 15 to 20 year structure. And that's just not sexy to somebody who's a high net worth person who's got a net worth over, say, 2.5 million and is making $250,000 a year or more. Because that's 6 to 8% per year. You're like, oh, it's tax free. Okay, add 20%, right? So now they're making 9 to 10% per year. Right. But when they go do real estate flips or when they're running their Airbnbs or whatever, they're making 40, 50, 100% per year. Your shit is so measly, it can't compete. And that's why you have a hard time trying to sell cash value life insurance to most high net worth people. Now, you'll find the one off here and there, certainly. Like, that's law of large numbers. But the majority of investors and high net worth individuals don't want it. Let me tell you when they do want it. They want it when I can tell them, hey, instead of you putting $300,000 a year in here yourself over the course of 10 years, that's $3 million, right? Just to break even over 10 years. What if instead you service a loan that's going to cost you somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000 a year for that same 10 years? And let's have a bank put $300,000 in per year for you, right? Over the course of 10 years, it's going to bring $3 million. We'll let that thing keep cooking another 5 to 7 years based on performance to where it doubles. Now it has $6 million. We can take that money, half of that money out, pay the bank off. Now we don't even have to service it. Let's say we had to service $50,000 per year for 15 years in debt. It's $750,000. It sounds like a lot of money, right? But for $750,000, now I've got 4x, 3 million free and clear, and the bank's paid off at the 15-year mark, tax-free, and all I had to do was service that. And in the meantime, not only do I have 4x that in the policy, in the meantime, I didn't put in $300,000 per year over that time period. I put in 50. What do you think I did with my other 250? I went and made freaking money on it.
A different asset. It's how you spend the same dollar twice.
Exactly. That's what premium finance is. So that we teach a lot of that stuff in the Rise group. So bringing it back to Revcon real quick. Okay. In Revcon, day one, We take the first 90 days of rush and we compress it into a single day. We give you the education and the implementation, all the tools. We give you the CRM for free. I give you my own sequence, my own emails, text messages, and all this stuff that I'm sending to my clients, to other people's clients. Like I'll go partner with other agencies and get them to let me cross-sell their book, and I'll give them a piece, right? We're doing this. I'm literally giving you the stuff I'm using to sell life insurance and be a top of the table $1 million roundtable producer. We're going to install that for you, show you how to set it up for yourself so you can do it in the future. But by the end of day one, 100% of everybody in that room will be sending out automated marketing to book automated appointments, not reply to this email. That's bullshit. No, it's if you're truly interested, click this link, grab a spot on my calendar, right? You're going to be doing automated marketing to over 1,000 prospects by the end of day one. Morning of day two hits, and you very well could have appointments hitting your calendar by day two. That's how that works. Day two, we compress the first 90 days of that RISE group that's all about scaling your agency and advanced concepts into a single freaking day, 90 damn days, right? So we do some leadership development and some agency development stuff, and then we do some deep diving on cash value life insurance. And I've got Tracy Lounsbury coming out this year to deep dive on some advanced concept annuity stuff. I'm pretty dangerous with annuities. But first of all, I don't want to, like, this stage isn't about me. It's about getting information out there. And I think Tracy does a much better job at teaching annuities.
Tracy's awesome, man. You and Tracy are by far my favorite people in this industry. And I really like Joshua Young's as well. But it's like, I'd say between you and myself, we are the most authentic people when it comes to this industry and fighting off the bullshit ideas.
Dude, I think so. I think you, myself, Tracy, maybe a couple others out there, like are part of a very small crowd.
Well, me and you just don't have a filter.
Dude, we are a ship of safety on an ocean of diarrhea. So
we're OSHA violations in this industry.
But Kelly, it is June 14th and 15th in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're not on the strip. I lived in Las Vegas. I don't like the strip vibe. It's dirty, dingy. You're likely to catch something that you take home with you and you can never get rid of as you are to do anything. So we're actually about 15 minutes away from the strip at the M Resort. Look it up. It's freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So June 14th and 15th. Most folks are flying in a day early. We'll do some hanging out, maybe even staying a day late and doing some hanging out. But
yeah, so I will say this. Kelly is one of my coaching members. Anyone that is in my current program, you're in one of my programs, if you do go to Carson's event, whatever payment, how much is just a normal ticket to this year's stuff?
It's $2,500 per person. Anyone who's currently in your stuff, I'll do some stuff too. I'll throw a 15% discount out there.
Not even that. So is it $2,500 for the lifetime? How much is if they just want to go 1 year and check it out before they make a lifelong commitment?
$2,500 regardless. So
okay, it's $2,500 regardless.
So we make nothing on this event. In fact, last year after filling the event up, I still spent almost $15,000 out of pocket. We make nothing on this. That $2,500, 100% of it goes into the tools, the resources, getting people out here to help with
just
the
paying
training.
For the event itself. No. So 100%. Anyone who is in my program, if you do decide to get a ticket, I'll take half of that off of what you owe me if you're on a payment plan.
Dude.
So guys, if you pay $2,500 to get a ticket, I'm only saying this because I know how much it will help you guys and it'll help you pay me off faster anyways. So I'll take off half of his ticket price and credit it to what you owe me.
Damn, bro, that's huge. That's huge.
Now,
like I was telling you, we get through Revcon. I'm going to hook your members up with some of our stuff for free too.
No, you're good. It's so hard to find people you can trust in this industry, guys. And I really want you to focus on who's going to deliver results. I'm all for going to events and conferences and personal development, but I'm just saying, like, I don't fucking care how you feel. I really don't. I know that sounds dickish, but no one else cares. Business doesn't care. And I'm not going to lie to you about it. I know everyone else wants to sell you events to their tickets to basically tell you reaffirmations of why you're doing is not getting you to where you are. So who you are right now is responsible for where you are right now. You have to kill that little bitch voice inside of yourself and become the person that when you come to a decision, the decision is already made. So you have to change the equation for the decision formula. You have to become a different person to get to where you want to go. Who you are right now is not capable of getting to where you want to go. And I know everyone else who's selling you shit, they're selling you the hype marketing with private jets and X and all that. But it's like, reality doesn't sell, but it's good for ecology. And I know we're making a real difference in the fucking world and in this industry, and it doesn't sell. Reality doesn't sell. Trust me. If I was to just tell people what they wanted to hear and say, it's not you, it's this, I would have made 10 to 15 more $million bottom line net gross profit last year than I would. But it's like, I don't want to sacrifice long-term reputation, guys. I want you to understand the importance of time frames. Looking at something 10 years, like if you can outlast the competition, that's how you build a world-class business. If that's not what you want to do, by all means, ignore it. Stay home. Only worry about your marriage or whatever. Keep making 50 to 80 grand a year. That's totally fine. Or 30. But if you know you have potential and promise, I'm telling you, this is a great fucking event. So anyone who is my member currently in my one-on-one coaching program, or you've got a course from me, if you're on a payment plan, I'll cut off half of whatever Carson's ticket costs. So I'll credit you $1,250 and I'll see what else I can do for you guys. But anyone who's not in my program, if you guys get a ticket to Revcon event, it's 100% money back guarantee. And I will give you a $4,000 course at no cost to you. Like I said, so I want to go ahead and give away $8 grand worth of value. So I see two brand new people here that have not ever been in any of my stuff, Chris Wolchinski and Cavell. If you guys want to message me on my email, I'll post it in the comments, and my team will give you access to one of my best programs that I'm beta testing right now. It's what I'm going to roll out to all my one-on-one coaching clients and what I'm going to sell in the future, because the one-on-one's getting shut down. So if you email me in the comments, I'll grant you guys instant access to the course. No cost to you, cost to me money. It's on my own dime as my appreciation. Seriously, guys, thank you for showing up and listening to this, because it is a pitch. So Cavell and Chris Wolchinski, if you're interested, hit me up, take me up on it. There's no hidden upsells, nothing like that. I don't want your money. I want you to get value out of this and go to Carson's event. Seriously.
Dude, that's freaking huge, man.
I'll give you a free coaching call, free hour-long one-on-one coaching call. I guarantee you I'll solve whatever problem you have. I am probably I don't want to say the best, I am possibly the best strategist when it comes into how your mind works and giving you a roadmap of what to follow. If you don't believe me, go look at the fucking wall of testimonials on my website. I promise you. I'll help you get to where you want to go in a fraction of the time frame.
Dude, that's massive. Those other events too, I'll tell you, I don't know. I know I'm a little bit newer to the game than some of the folks that have been here since 2015 or roundabout. But what I will say is this, and I know Revcon's a newer event. We've done it one previous year and had excellent results coming out of it. This is our second year doing it, but I will tell you this. I don't see anyone else in our space, Mason, who has, frankly, the balls or the confidence in what they're putting out there to attach a money back guarantee to what they're doing. Nobody. So
nobody.
I mean, it works if you do the work. I can also guarantee if you come, sit in the back, and we had a couple people. So of those that came last year, we had about 80% that just did amazing. We had 20% that frankly haven't done shit. And today they are in the same place that they were a year ago. And you want to know the difference? It's not only what they did after the event, it's actually what they did at the event. That 20%, you could look at the event and see who wasn't going to do shit with it. They were sitting in the back. They were freaking circle jerking and laughing the whole time and in their phones the whole time. And, they had their laptop closed when everyone else has their laptop open, working on something, and always off topic doing this stuff. And guess what? They're in the same place today that they were back then. But 80+% out of that whole group that came last year added over 6 figures to their revenue in a year. That's stupid.
That's nuts, stupid. Because I know 99% of agents aren't making shit. They're not making shit. Now, I believe I'm almost either out of my non-compete with my former IMO or it's close to being out. It was an 18-month wait, but I did things outside without getting in trouble. I found my own lead sources and wrote different products, not on any leads that I bought from that company, but it's like what I wrote like $200,000 with Symmetry. And once I realized my overrides were just going to people who I didn't want them to go to, I was like, okay, I'll figure out how to make this work somewhere else. Started getting different contracts, different lead sources. And I wrote like $350 something thousand my first full year inside of the industry. 200 something thousand of that was with Symmetry. But it's like the amount of money that I actually made was around 260 something thousand net. And that's after everything. But it's like most people can't even fathom that in this industry. They're stuck at like 20 to 30 grand, and it just blows my mind. And it fucking sucks to see.
Yeah.
We have so much potential.
Dude, there's so much potential, so much opportunity. That's actually a really good value nugget we can drop right there, just so everybody knows. Insurance non-competes do not exist. Insurance non-solicits do. Think of it like this. You were paid to build a wall for somebody. Like if you got paid at a construction site to put up a wall, it should be, in my opinion, illegal of you, because it's shitty of you to decide you're going to go work for another construction company and decide to take down the 2x4s out of that wall and go put them up at another company. That is shitty. So I'm for non-solicits, but that's what it is. So you might not be able to get contracted with the same exact carriers. Chances are, if you were with an organization that's willing to hold that over your head, like, hey, 18 months, we're not going to let you away from these carriers. The carriers.
Well, that was like, I couldn't recruit, and it was like, fuck it. Like, I have too many people asking me for help. I'll just get into coaching full time.
Yeah. So there's so many ways around it. Like, you work with different carriers, you chase different leads. You don't chase the leads you were chasing over there. You don't recruit the people you've been bringing over here. If you're going to recruit, whole new, right? Exactly.
I didn't initiate it.
Exactly. But don't feel like these handcuffs, these organizations make you feel like you have.
My lawyer told me to just use it as toilet paper, but it might be uncomfortable. It might give me a paper cut.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is shit. No judge will even entertain this.
The only thing they could ever come after you for, understand this, the only thing they can ever come after you for is back charges and through vector reporting, right? And damages. Okay, so damages.
I don't want to slander. They're a great company. They have great people in them. I just
exactly. So slander and libel is one form, and then the other form would be you sold a policy over there. It's $200 a month, and now you go get them to cancel and roll it over here. They just lost revenue. They can come after you for that.
Yep.
Don't cancel that policy. Find a new freaking client. Like your number one job is not to roll business and stick with the same 50 people all over. Your number one job as an insurance agent is to be an expert freaking marketer in that one button Mason was talking about, that one market, that one thing. You become an expert marketer at that, and you just keep doing that, right? Quit trying to roll this business over. It does. I do believe this. I know some agents, like, and I don't care, property, casualty, life insurance, all of it. I know agents that love to roll business, and every 5 years they bounce a new organization, they roll the business, they risk the lawsuits. And I'm just going to say it, like, I personally believe that makes you a piece of shit. You made a commitment. You felt so strongly about that commitment. You put your pen to paper with your name. Does your name mean freaking nothing to you? You made a commitment that you wouldn't do that. And here you are freaking doing that. That does, in fact, make you a piece of shit. What if instead of being a piece of shit, you were just an expert marketer and you just went and wrote new business? That's how I feel. So I don't know.
Correct.
I know some people are.
That doesn't mean neglect your book of business. That doesn't mean neglect your book of business. I highly recommend doing one like yearly or bi-yearly reviews. And if you find something better, by all means do it.
Yeah,
outside of chargeback windows, just don't do anything fucking illegal, guys. It's not worth losing your license.
Yeah, absolutely. I obviously got to keep that in context. Like, and even I have clients calling me from my first agency I built as a captive. I talked to one 2 days ago, and he's like, "Hey, I saw your Facebook post about if you've got cash value life insurance, now is the time to get my money out of it." I wrote a post about it. Go read that post. It's on my Facebook page.
Oh, I saw it. I checked it out.
And it's all about don't cancel your policy. Now's the time to start using your loan. The economy is taking some dips and hits. Yep. Use your loans to go buy appreciating assets and incomes at a discount. Now's a good time, right? It's like I saw that, but the agent I got left with when you left won't answer his phone, won't do this, won't do that. Can you talk to me about it? I'm like, yeah, let's jump on the phone. We talk. He's like, well, should I move my policy over to you? I'm like, no, don't move your policy over to me. Don't move it to a new carrier. Like, it's a good policy. I built it the right way. Dude, you've got $60,000 in cash value ready to roll, like in surrender value. You're ready to roll. What do you want to do? And he's like, well, actually, I've been looking at buying a lot for my business. He runs a Mercedes shop, right? And he's like, I'm paying like $7,000 a month for the shop I'm currently in lease. If I get a mortgage, like, my problem is I'm short on the down payment. I have to have 20% because some of your on commercial stuff, just with the economy, they've shortened up some of the non-traditional or non-standard mortgage lines for commercial. It's like, I got to have 20%. And I'm about 40 grand short. And I'm like, bro, your mortgage is like $2,200. You're paying $7,500 in lease right now. I can get you $40,000 out of your policy today. It's not even my client anymore. He's somebody else's client, but I'm not going to solicit him away. That would make me a piece of shit. He has the right policy. He's in the right place. It's built the right way. But here I am taking care of him. I've also had other people that have called me and just in absolute despair that were clients back then. And have I done some business with them since then? Yeah. Has that policy that existed that they were in despair about, did I steal that away? No. That $200 a month policy I sold them in the beginning of my career, I helped them know what they need to do to get better service on it where it's already at, make sure it's still doing good things. And then the extra $400 a month they wanted to put in above and beyond that, yeah, we set up a new policy, right? But that $200 a month, it's still there. I'm not taking it. I'm outside of that non-solicit, non-compete, right? But I'm still not taking it because I did a good job the first time. Why do I need to move it? So anyways, I digress.
No, you're good. The Huskies, they want to come listen in. What do you guys want? You guys are bad. No, Chuck Bader says, I'm curious about what Mason provides since I'll be going to Revcon.
Chuck's a good dude. Chuck was actually my first coaching client years ago. I started coaching Chuck one-on-one, and he's super good dude.
Chuck, go through the comments. I'm going to give away another fucking course. Go through the comments. You'll find my email as my thanks for you for investing in Carson. I'm going to give you a $4,000 product at no cost to you. Giving 3 out of 5 away. Shoot me an email, Chuck.
Damn, Chuck. I'd do it. And I'll just tell you, knowing Chuck like I do and Mason knowing you like I do, I think that's a very productive relationship to make right there. So,
yeah, the only thing I ask of you guys is seriously give me quality feedback when you finish it. That's all. I'm not asking even for a testimonial video. Just want to know your thoughts on it from different perspectives of other agents, because that's what most people don't even realize is they put 100% of their effort into doing one thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you never fix the fucking product, like if I don't see hundreds of people lining up out your door and leaving quality reviews and sending all of their friends and family, it's not a quality product. And like, even I don't have that yet. I don't just have my business growing word of mouth, thousands of people going after my insurance course yet. I haven't been around long enough. And it's only a matter of years before it does take off like that, because I know it's fucking phenomenal. Sending the email now. Awesome. I'll have my team grant you access to that. There's no hidden upsells or anything like that, but guys, your product is your relationship with your customers. You're selling the customer journey and experience. So how can you make it better than fucking anybody else? Because that's what, like, I really respect this about SaaS products. If you look at like Alex Becker and his print tracking AI company, Hyros, it grows word of mouth. Of course, he runs ads for it, but like when you have Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi pitching your shit to millions of business owners, it's going to grow. That is the whole part about leveraging like high quality friendships and relationships. That's why I'm really trying to get in with people like Jason Fladland, John Benson, Sam Ovens, like all these huge fucking info marketers, and the leverage that brings me years down the road is stupid. It's stupid. I mean, getting in contact with someone who does $250 million through webinars, you make something one time, it sells for the rest of your life. All word of mouth. It's all automated. That's true leverage in a business. That's waking up with cocktails, whatever. I don't drink, but just talking about our Bert Kreischer shit earlier.
Yeah.
Glenn Watmo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I do, give me a thumbs up. If I didn't, just say fuck you, Mason. Great info. Glenn, it looks like you're brand new here. Message me at vanmetersfg@gmail.com. I'll have my team grant you access to the course. $4,000 giveaway, 4 out of 5 now. Guys, do you see what just showing up gets you?
Glenn's a good dude too. Glenn actually just jumped in with some of our stuff, and he's actually out of Alberta, Canada, man.
Awesome. I'm looking to get into the Canadian space anyway. So yes, you did. I pronounced it right. Awesome. So Glenn, shoot me an email. You should see a vanmetersfg@gmail in the comments. As my thanks for being a part of Carson's community. I'll give you access to the course. And anybody who goes through, gets their Revcon event ticket, 100% money back guarantee. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure to help you out. Just there's a lot of good shit in there. I promise you, it'll take you to where you want to go in conjunction with Carson's stuff. Anyone who gets their ticket that's in my program, I'll credit you for what you owe me.
Glenn, Mason's stuff will be a great stuff to plug your team into as well. I'm just telling you, like,
I do have a licensing model for that. Yeah, I do have a licensing model for that. It gets you all on the same screen. I'm not going to pitch my shit on here. So if you're interested, reach out to me another time about that. So I know it'll help them out. I know it'll change their life. It's fixed people's suicidality and gotten rid of fucking bankruptcies more times than I can count. So that's all I'll say about that. That's the benefit of the benefit. But
yeah,
Carson, let's go into a little bit more about the Revcon stuff. Like, what are some other like testimonials from like people's events? I know you said Chuck Bader or Peter Wood went there, and he's like, I've saw the results from him just sharing what he's posted. So that's really cool to see. What are some other like the Marvel stories that have you've kind of been able to witness coming through Revcon?
Yeah. So, I mean, like Brad Halverson came out.
I've seen him.
And Brad, super good dude. Brad's on the managing and recruiting side. So not so much on the production side, but what he learned, he was able to take back, give to his agents. His agents are all doing more life, more annuity than they were the previous year, even through his regurgitation thereof. But what Brad really benefited from was the second day, the Rise stuff, scaling and growing. Brad last year, I think, I could be wrong, it might be like top 3, but I want to say Brad was the number 1 for growth manager and recruiter at American National Insurance Corporate, like nationwide. And I can tell you, like, watching his unit as well, his agency and his agents in his agency, like it's just entirely different. It was much more like business, corporate structure. It's almost like it's family. We dive into everything. We dive into not just what are core values. Everyone's like, you got to have core values. No, I'm going to show you how to develop a core value, how to identify a core value, and then more importantly than anything, how to define it. Because if you can't define it and communicate it to somebody else, you sure as shit can't define it and communicate it to yourself.
Correct.
And if you can't define and communicate it to not only someone else, but yourself, you can't hold yourself accountable to that core value. So it's not really something you value. You weren't intentional about it, number 1. And you can't hold somebody else accountable to an expectation you didn't set. If one of your core values is for folks to be honest with you, one of mine is honesty, right? And one of the things I mean when I work on how do I communicate a core value, be honest with me, be honest with yourself, be honest with our clients. Well, no shit. Like, everybody knows that. What you probably didn't know is that I mean that you need to be willing, able, and driven to make and keep commitments, because I don't believe honesty can happen through omission. It always happens by commission. We commit honesty, right?
Correct. And silent expectations will fucking ruin every relationship you have. I promise you that.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Like, I can sit here and feel like somebody's a liar because they refuse to make a commitment to me, right? And when somebody refuses to make commitments to me, I really do feel like, well, they're a fucking liar, right? To them, they didn't know it was a thing that they were like, you know what? I will commit to that. I didn't set the expectation. But like with my team, for example, if I want to grow a good team, I can't sit here and be pissed off at them because they're like, oh, yeah, I'll get it done as soon as possible. That's not a commitment. I'll get it done tomorrow. That's a commitment, right? But they don't know to talk to me like that so that I can feel like they're being honest with me and we can continue to jive together unless I tell them, hey, I need you to be willing, able, and driven to make and keep commitments. And if you can't do that, we're going to have issues. If I don't set the expectation, I don't deserve to have the expectation.
Correct. Right? And that's one thing I'll tell people is like, I'm big on teaching communications. I think I'm seriously about to start going around to corporate entities and teaching them the hierarchy of ideas and how people communicate. The big chunk CEOs who think in the big picture, then you have the day-to-day Mr. Detail. And you should know which person you are, but I teach people how to chunk laterally, vertically, and horizontally with your words. Like, people don't understand the power of language. So I'm teaching that in an event coming up. But it's like, this is one thing that I don't see anyone else teaching is actual business infrastructure, how to actually scale an organization. And it's like, which organization do you want to be a part of? A rule-driven or a value-driven? Because show up to work at 8 a.m. and start your dials, or hey, speed is key. We show up to work on time and get straight to it. Which organization do you want to be a part of? One's a micromanaging mentality. The other is just you hire people who fit like that description of those core values. And it's like, that's a community I want to get behind. That's how you build real culture.
That's exactly it.
And military.
That's how you build culture. And I will tell you this, culture builds wealth faster than to-do lists. Punching off a to-do list will build wealth. I just can't.
Look at Andy Elliott, guys. People say Mr. Andy Yell a lot, but it's like that dude's culture is perfect for his company. Look at it. They're all fucking killers.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether you like him or don't like him, you can look at his business model and learn something from it. He's doing more than you. So, like, when people shit on Liver King, like, you guys got to quit just fucking shitting on people regardless of what people told you. Take the good, take the bad. If it helps you, awesome. It's a shopping cart approach, but stop just fucking shitting all over people.
Dude, it's a big deal, man. It's a really big deal. So yeah, Brad was able to take some of that, and like his whole culture is different. They have a culture of greater productivity, which is fantastic, but they also have a culture of just greater ethics, greater fulfillment, greater, and that's a huge win too. Like fulfillment, believe it or not, how much you and your team enjoy showing up and doing what you do will increase your margin. Even if you don't make more money, you'll spend less money. Like, do you know, like people don't even realize how much money they spend on like escaping the freaking Pizza Hut because you can't stand being around your coworkers, as opposed to just like bringing a yogurt, putting it in the fridge and having lunch with your coworkers. Now you're eating healthier. You're saving the 30 or 50 bucks a damn day. Like your margins get bigger. Your waist size gets smaller. Everything's better when you're more fulfilled. Like it's just
100%. That's what I want you guys to chase is fulfillment. Happiness is bullshit. And I'll tell you this, productivity is also bullshit. Your upline wants you to think doing more will get you more. No, it's not. Every time I do less, I make more money. Mason, why didn't you post a TikTok video the other day? I'm going to unfollow you. Why don't you do more podcast interviews? Like, doing less will get you more. Focus on that fucking leverage button and only focus on things that are high leverage. But focus on one or two things, guys. You think you have fucking time, but you don't. You don't. You have, if you're in your 30s or 40s, you maybe have 5 to 10 years left. It's going to take you 5 to 10 years to do something really fucking big. If you don't want to do something big, then by all means ignore this and go watch a cat video. Go do a Taylor Swift concert. By all means ignore this, but I feel bad for you. If you're a life insurance agent, this should fucking terrify you. Like, you 20-year-olds, you have maybe 25 years left before your body just fucking atrophies and goes to shit. You're not going to want to start a business when you're 55. You're not going to have the resilience or persistence to fucking kick the business's ass and get it to where it needs to go. You're not going to have the energy levels, I promise you. So start focusing now.
I will say this too, like it doesn't matter what age you are. And I know some like there are exceptions to the rule.
There are exceptions, but they don't disprove the general point.
Yeah. Like you have to, we build solid principles on the rule of thumb, not the exception to the rule, right?
Yeah,
So,
and here's the thing. Would you rather stack a deck in your favor, or do you want to try to be the rule to the
yeah.
the
Do you want it stacked
exception to the
against you?
rule? Like,
But here's the
well,
reality.
Elon did this. Well, are you fucking Elon? But Jordan Belfort did drugs and still made money. Well, do you want to do drugs and make money? Do you think that's really what's going to be the best fucking option for you?
Yeah,
or would you rather stack the deck in your favor?
I will say this about insurance too. Like, you have a 5-year window. If you make it through the first couple years, like, you got to get off your ass and get humping if you're going to make it through the first couple years. But if you're going to make it past the first 5 years, at 5 years, you're going to be faced with a decision, right? And that decision is going to be to settle for what you've put together at this point, right? Here I am, and maybe I have some marginal growth, 5, 10, 15% per year that slowly compounds over the next several decades. Doing what I'm doing, but never doing more, but because I'm too burned out to do more at this point. Or let me just get out of the business altogether because I hear mortgages is paying real well right now. Okay. Or like your only third option is in that 5 years, you freaking busted your hump. And like right now, when the economy is going to shit and everybody's scared, banks are failing and all, everybody's scared. Do you know how many insurance agents are shrinking into the shadows? Let me tell you something. It's real easy to not have your failures seen when you're living in the shadows. However, success never happens in the shadows. And as they're shrinking back, market share is opening up. The people who like maintaining is not the option now. To do what you were doing this time last year, it's going to take more effort just to maintain. But if you'll go a step beyond that, invest in yourself that much more, whether it's more marketing, more leads, press that button more times, come to Revcon, get into Mason's groups and in Mason's coaching, like make those investments now while everyone else is shrinking in the shadows. You don't just come out with 10, 15, 20% ahead. You come out with 80 freaking percent more market share because motherfuckers are living in the shadows right now. Like you have a 5-year window of give a damn and you've got to use it.
Guys, it comes to fucking effort. What Carson is talking about is like growing 15% a year. Yeah, you're doing okay, but not good enough to break through. You're working this 5 different lead sources and they're all doing okay, but not good enough to break through. And I'll tell you, there's nothing more fucking frustrating in life than being good, but not okay, like not good enough to break through. So I would rather take my time to build one jet, get in it, fly as fast and as far in a straight line as possible, than building 10 different fucking airplanes and going in this up-down zigzag line. You know, it's going to take this dude 10 years to get where it only took me 1.
Dude.
So fucking cut out all the extra bullshit, guys. You're chasing fulfillment, not happiness. If you're not grief-stricken, your mom didn't just die yesterday, you can say you're fucking happy. Most of you are not going through very stressful times. Now, I'll tell you, you mentioned the economy going to shit. I encourage each and every agent not to necessarily pay attention to the news, but go look up and understand what is happening with the U.S. currency and BRICS nations. I can promise you we are already in World War III. This isn't to fearmonger or install panic in you, but I'm telling you, if BRICS nations dumps the U.S. dollar and takes it off the oil standard August 1st at their summit, America will be a second Venezuela. So you better get your shit together before August 1st and make as much as you can. Worst case scenario, we stay on top for a little bit longer and you've got a stack of fucking cash. But expect the fucking worst because other countries don't want our fucking bullshit dollars anymore, guys.
Yep.
You'll all probably be billionaires here in the next year, but it's not gonna get you anything but a fucking candy bar. It's not gonna get you anything but fake ass meat at McDonald's. So I'm just keeping it real with you guys. No one else wants to talk about this shit. They want to sell you private jets and fucking write your own book, start your podcast, and you're good enough. Now, who you are right now is responsible for getting you to where you have got.
Yeah, dude, building on that, I think so. I've been fielding a lot of questions lately. Everyone's like, well, if we move off the dollar to like Fed now to like federally issued crypto, right? What happens to cash and cash value policies? Well, number one, there's not cash and cash value policies. It's numbers on a freaking spreadsheet, right? And the plan is switch it over dollar for dollar. Like There will be a time period. It all gets traded in unit for unit. Like it's all going to be fine. You all are focused on the wrong damn goal. Like Mason's exactly right. Worry less about how it's going to exchange from dollar to Fed now. They're not looking to put you out and put you under. If they do that, they don't get any taxes on you. They want to keep you healthy and whole. This is a better way to keep you healthy and whole and keep better track of the dollars that are running around, right? Quit worrying about that and worry about stacking freaking money. Stacking money. Like build your organization, build like this summer is probably like the greatest crucible we've seen in the American economy in I'm going to probably like 50 to 75 years minimum, right? It is going to be a crucible, and what comes out like it's a refiner's fire, and the bullshit's going to get burned up and the gold's going to sink to the bottom and come pouring out. That's how it works. Okay. So this summer you can put on your freaking G-string and your little rubber ducky floaty, right? And you can
better not see any of you in a fucking G-string.
You can put on your G-string, one nut hanging out, jump in the pool. You've got your rubber ducky floaty, and you can enjoy this summer splashing around, or you can double down when everyone else is shrinking back into the shadows.
I'll tell you, here's where the Warren Buffetts are made, because while businesses are collapsing and going under, you have cash on hand to where you can buy very amazing businesses, stocks, opportunities for pennies on the dollar. While everyone else is panic selling, that's when you should be fucking greedy.
Dude, that's the post I made the other day. Wealth is not made through life insurance, right? Life insurance is a chassis to help mitigate a lot of risk and provide some extra leverage.
Lower tax deductions, all that shit.
Yeah. But wealth is built by buying appreciating assets and incomes at a freaking discount and then cash flowing or transacting them for a profit. That's how you build wealth. Now's the freaking time. Chris, dude, you're 40. Bro, it's go time. It's go time, man. Reset the clock. You've got 5 years, but dude, you don't need to spend 5 years doing it. Like we were talking about with Revcon. Revcon compresses 6 months worth of rush and rise work into 2 damn days. And by the way, rush and rise both compressed what took me 3 years to figure out on those concepts. Okay, 3 years with rush, so 6 total years into a year each. And now we're going to compress that even more. So like you've got your 5 years, make the freaking most of it, come to Revcon. But at the same time, like there's other things you can do to compress your timeline. Plugging into people like Mason, plugging into like good stuff. You want to compress your timeline, be whole self-centric, right? Be investing in yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, your family, your work, all at the same time. Understand like work-life balance, time for time doesn't exist. But I do believe in work-life balance. Work-life balance exists with your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, all at the same time. It's like a freaking bicycle. Motherfucker lays flat on the ground unless you get on the thing and pedal it forward. And if you'll pedal that thing forward, you have
to. Real.
So get on, pedal it. Ed Milet's first book, Max Out Your Life. I've read it before. We were in one of our groups the other day and somebody brought it up. And so I pulled it back up and read it again. I'm like, man, you want to compress your timeline? Be excellent everywhere. And honestly, I think that's a really good book for like just freaking do the stuff you need to do to be excellent. Like,
it comes down to the focus and the energy points. Like I said, if you're 40, you have like a good solid 10 years left of actual energy being available. If you want to track it, go get an Aura ring. Shameless plug for that. I love these things.
Link in bio.
Yeah, there's no affiliates, anything like that, guys. You have to go to, I highly recommend tracking your sleep, seriously. But cut out everything else. Put 80% of your energy into the things that's going to get you the farthest. And it's like, you have to cut out everything else. People want it all, guys. Trust me, I miss spending time with my family. I miss going to the bars, getting blackout drunk, and coming home with 2 or 3 random girls that I woke up next to. I miss getting high. I miss sitting around eating chocolate-covered peanuts, playing video games, killing zombies. It's really fun, guys. I'm being honest right now. Like, I actually do miss those things, and it's fucking miserable not being able to do a lot of the things that I used to do for fun when I was a kid. But it's like, I'm trying to build a world-class business and be an actual billionaire, even though it probably won't be shit here in the near fucking future. But it's like, I want to do epic things, and that means I have to sacrifice shit. You can't have it all. You can't have the video games, the girls, the cars, the family, the marriage. Like, you can't have 15 different things and have it all. I'm telling you, you can't. It's not a matter of balance. We're not eating a fucking balanced breakfast and hitting your carbs and macros. Like, no, it's about building leverage. You find that one button and you smash the fuck out of it. That is it. That is it. We work out one arm. That's it.
Dude, speaking of balanced breakfast, did you see the new food pyramid?
It's all fucking bullshit.
Oh my God. Cocoa Puffs over chicken
Red
breast.
meat. They're telling you to eat Cheerios over red fucking meat. And you guys are sending your kids to fucking public schools.
Dude.
Tell me you hate your family without telling me you hate your fucking family. Let's let fucking Michael Obama with his swinging dick on The View let our kids eat fake fucking plastic. Guys, go look up where this food is being sourced from. It's fucking plastic. It's fake. It's made up.
Dude, it's crazy
Did
stuff.
you see the studies of the fucking drinking water in towns? All these women on fucking birth control, pissing it out, getting into the water supply. All these old fuckers taking diabetic medications and heart-like medications, pissing it out into the water supply. You're drinking fucking estrogen bombs, and we're wondering why fucking dudes are fucking crying all the time. Like, guys, this isn't some conspiracy shit. Go fucking look it up. It's in the water supply. It's proven. It's proven.
Dude, I've done the homework. I don't drink tap
By
water
all
anymore.
fucking means. Keep drinking your fucking tap water. Keep brushing your teeth with fucking fluoride. Keep doing all this unhealthy shit. I'll promise you in 10 years, you'll make the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to the core fucking things that will take your life to the next level. Sleep, eating the right way, taking care of your body, ignoring the fucking news, and doing what you know you need to do to get to what's fulfilling for you.
And red meat.
Yes. Carnivore diet for all of you fuckers.
Damn it, Mace. Should we wrap this thing up, dude?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So, Carson, I appreciate your time on here, man. Guys, please go get a fucking ticket. If you're one of my coaching members, go take out the PayPal financing. It'll make it fucking affordable for you to go, and you should make more money while you're at the event than you got there in the fucking first place.
You can do it right through the link rather than putting in your credit card info. The little PayPal logo's there. Click on that. It'll take you right through PayPal, and away you go.
Look, I've worn my body up too much that this ring stuck on my fucking finger because it swelled up. Yelling at you fuckers. Just listen and like the damn video. Unless you want to go buy bullshit. Smash the fucking button. We deliver more value than anybody else in this industry, guaranteed. And if anyone says any different, I'm hosting an insurance agent UFC fight. So I'll get in the ring with whatever fucking coaches or insurance agents or uplines are out there, and I'll smash the fuck out of them too. You see the size of these shoulders, Carson? Got a chiseled body. I'm the most authentic, hairy-chested, compendious coach out in the insurance industry.
Loquacious and eloquent, at times colloquial.
Yeah, I'm definitely not humble. So,
Chuck, the PayPal link, like, you don't even need to share it. It's integrated.
Revconevent.com.
Revconevent.com. Click on get your ticket, and then down where you're going to put in your credit card information, just click on the PayPal logo.
And guys, if you get an event, if you get a ticket, message me so I can give you your free shit. And when I say free, it doesn't mean so you can just fuck off with it. It means so you can actually change your fucking life.
Yeah.
Not the cliche change your life, but the actual, like, kill your old self, bring out the new you. So, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. If I gave you one more giveaway, I'm not sure who else is on here. So the first person that I see email me that is not already in my program and is new here, email me, the Van Meter SFG. I'll give you a free giveaway. Guys, $20,000 I just gave away of material. So thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for giving us your attention. I'm not sorry for the fucking angry rant. I just care more than you guys care about yourselves for some goddamn reason. So I love you all. Happy hustling. Go join Carson's group. Go to the fucking event, please. Please, please, please.
Dude, appreciate you much, Mason. You're badass.
Thanks so much, guys. All right, guys. Carson Porter, you heard it here. If you're on the YouTube replay, hope this is valuable. I know it was valuable. Go get a fucking ticket.
Awesome.
So, all right, we'll wrap this up. Boom. End broadcast.